Howdy, howdy. I show that I'm live. So I told you guys I would bring you along. Now, I hope that the process of me streaming this out, I hope that it doesn't, you know, sketch out my system too much, because I am at a little bit higher settings than I would normally attempt this. So I am using something called Face No Track IR. It uses a webcam to track my head movements. So because I'm poor folk and can't afford a track IR, it's like 160 bucks. So believe me, I wished I had one, because this thing kind of sucks. But anyway, my microphone sucks. You'll have to give me credit for that, because the only other option is to use the microphone that I normally use for the show, and that's a little hard to do when you're flying an airplane. So we are at Courchevel, and it's a rather interesting airport, and I will go out of Courchevel and I'll turn around and I'll fly back in just so you can see what it's all about. But I'm in an Amphibian. This plane that I have, I can land in both water and ground, as you can see. And so that's what we're going to do. We're gonna basically, I'm going to show you this airport. Gorgeous airport, by the way. I'm going to show you the airport, and then we'll just cruise around. If I find a lake or a little stream or something like that, I'll sit down. So, find up here. Okay, give me some flaps here. And back off the flaps a little bit. And this is a hopped up version of a Carbon Cub. It's not unrealistic, let me make that clear. It's not unrealistic, but it is hopped up. Alright, I show my gear up, my flaps are all up, and the scenery around here, oh my goodness. I mean, it's unbelievable. I'll tell you what, I don't seem to be skittering around too much as far as my frame rates and stuff. I'm actually pretty impressed. So we'll come out, we'll turn around and see a little town down there.
Squawk 6246 Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1. Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1, radar contact 2 miles north of Lima Foxtrot Lima Juliet 6,200.
Just gonna bank back around here.
Altimeter tree 0.0 tree.
Trying to get
Roger,
a
Simgamite Lima
eye
Alpha
on the
Sierra
runway
Tango
here
1.
without flying too wide of a pattern. Oops, sorry, my head. That's what I'm saying. I really need a real track IR.
Here's up for water landing. Here's
Okay, there's the runway. Okay. So let me go ahead and put my gear down.
Here's up for water landing. Here's up for water landing.
Go ahead and put my gear down.
Here's up for water landing.
Go ahead and give myself some flaps to slow me down. I gotta find the airport again.
Ears down for runway landing.
Hell to go. Ah, there it is. I see the runway. I know, you might be thinking, how in the hell do you see a runway? It's there.
Ears down for runway landing. Ears down for runway.
Go ahead and remove some flaps, and I can go ahead and put my gear up. We're way ahead. Or way back.
Ears down for
So
runway landing. Ears down
I
for runway
put my
landing.
flaps up, my gear up, and
Ears down for runway landing. Ears down for runway landing.
got a little further out than I intended, just to
Ears down
show
for
you.
runway landing.
I was kind of showing you the city,
Ears
though,
down
that's
for
over
runway
there.
landing.
I can get my head to turn. There we go.
Ears down for runway landing.
We got somebody on the runway up there. I'm going to put my gear down, and I'm going to go ahead and start applying flaps.
Ears down for runway landing.
And if you notice, this runway is not flat. What makes this runway remarkable
Ears down for runway landing.
is that it goes uphill.
Ears down for runway landing.
Whoa, I just got taken out by a Cessna.
Ears down for runway landing.
The good thing about this sim is it won't
Ears
crash
down for
you.
runway landing. Ears down for runway
And then
landing.
I hear that thing. I'm going to shut it off.
Ears down for runway landing.
I'm trying.
Ears down for runway landing.
There we go. I got it shut off. Okay, now let's go find something cool. I've got a map over here. You guys, I don't know if you can see if I draw it on the screen or not. No, you can't because I've got it set to the window. The only way you would see it is if I made it part of the screen. There's a map here, but I'm not going to use it. It makes it a little harder. So I'm just going to look for a lake. I think I found one. So if I leave out of here, I should be able to fly just a little to the left. Let's see. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll fly towards LFLR, and in fact we'll put that in our GPS. Let me change so I'm not using that head tracking real quick, and then that way I can get in on this. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, that was oh, I see LP. Thought I saw something on the side of it, but I guess not. Okay, so that's where we'll go, LFLP. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put that in here. Select waypoint, LFLP. And then enter, activate. And you see that line it gives me? That is showing me where I need to go. So, GPS. So, let me zoom back out, straighten that up, switch back to head tracking, make sure everything's good to go, flaps set 1 notch, brakes off, let's do it. Stall warning indicator crying at me. That's okay, we're good. Okay, so, oh wow, we had a big lake behind us too that I didn't see. All good. Click on over to LFLP and then we'll go from there. Let me zoom in on my other map that you guys can't see. Get my trim set out so that I'm not trying to climb. In order to do that, I gotta get close enough to the gauge to see it. Come on, settle down. Can you guys? Yeah, you can see my mouse. What I'm looking for is there's an indicator right here, and that indicator right here on the right here is telling me whether I'm going up or going down. And I'm going down just a hair, but it's staying pretty level, so we're going to keep her trimmed it there, I think, for now anyway. Unless I find that it needs to change, but... What's it say on the GPS for this? It's going to be a little bit of a flight, so kick back, enjoy some complimentary airline peanuts. Oh shit, we forgot those. Never mind. And I'm technically should only be flying what they call VFR, visual flight rules, but I won't tell if you won't tell. Which basically means that I really wasn't supposed to fly up into that cloud. I mean, this aircraft has all the instrumentation and all that you need. It's not that big of a deal, but... Took a sip of coffee and it lost my tracking. Okay, how are we doing? I could probably back her down a couple of notches of trim. We're still climbing. That might be about it. Oops. Look around a little bit. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Here, let me, since we're trimmed out, everything looks pretty steady and level. Go to an outside view. I'll cut this face tracker thing. And, I mean, they even have, like, look at all the you know, artifacts that they have from the sun dogs or whatever you want to call them, the glares. I mean, it's incredible. And I normally, you know, if I'm doing video type of stuff, I normally turn the labels of the other people off. I didn't this time because it's not really, not doing that big of a deal. Gives you an idea of the landscape, what it looks like. I mean, this simulator is just absolutely incredible. No, it's crazy. Am I making anybody nervous yet? Get back in the plane and fly. Okay. A little off course here. And I could have set up GPS and it would have, or not GPS, autopilot, and it would have taken me on in. I wouldn't have had to mess with this trim or any of that stuff. But we'll go land at this airport, and then we'll real quick shoot up and we'll go land at the lake. Hopefully the water rudders work on this. In the flight sim, they gave us a couple of cool little updates. They've got a Cessna 172 in the sim, and they gave us the amphibious version and the tundra version. No, the ski version, sorry. The ski version for snow skis and the not tundra, the amphibian, so that you can land on land or water. And now this is not the 172. This is a Super Cub. Well, no, it's Carbon Cub. Sorry, this is a Carbon Cub. I prefer to call them Candy Cubs, but because they barely fit what I would consider a cub, but barely. But they're cute, so why not? I like them because it's got such a better panel in it than just a standard Cub. But I'd rather have a Super Cub with a panel like this any day of the week. And there's all kinds of cool stuff, and you can go check it out. I mean, you literally have the world at your fingertips. That's no exaggeration, no nothing. You've got the world at your fingertips. I gotta watch that speed down there. Oh, I don't have face tracking turned on. I was wondering how come I'm not. Yeah, okay. I gotta watch my speed so I don't overstress the wings. Because whoa. There's, I don't know if you can see it, but there's a red notch. I'm right on it, and I'm trying not to be on it. It's real. It's not easy to see. It's a little bitty line right there that moves up and down, different colors. And it's in the green now, but there's a yellow and a red part to the line. And red means I'm flying too fast. I can rip the wings off the airplane. So, trying to keep it out of there. But I figured I'd kind of take a little jaunt down here and see what's down here. It looked like there was something interesting down here. I can also, to drop faster, I can pull back, get my speed down, and I can turn around and deploy flaps. Okay, now I've got full flaps deployed with a hardcore, you know, nose down attitude.
Here's up for water landing.
And nothing.
Here's up for water landing.
Not over speeding or nothing. I'm doing fine. And that's just because I put my flaps on and they're acting like a spoiler. Now I'm going to take my flaps off.
Here's up for water landing.
And just fly.
Here's up for water landing.
Getting my speed back.
Here's up for water landing.
500.
Here's up for water landing. Here's up for water landing. Here's up for water landing.
Be quiet, lady. I mean, this is what's cool about this sim. Isn't that, I mean, that's crazy. That is crazy. And while a lot of that's not going to be dead on accurate, you know, the way it is in real life, it's going to be fairly close. Because again, you know, one of the things that you have to be able to do in flight sim is fly VFR, visual flight rules. In order to do that, you have to be able to pick out specific landmarks, and so they have to have the sim as close as possible so that you can do that. Oh, I lost my face tracking apparently. Come on, pick it up. There we go. Cruising along the highway there. See some cars down there driving. That looks like an interesting part to the highway. A big little dip in the road there. I don't think that was quite supposed to look like that. And we could land anywhere that there's water, like right through here I could land. Doesn't matter. Just gotta have enough room. I don't know that there's enough room for sure there. I don't want to take a chance. I've never landed this one on water. This is the first time. But this panel that you see in front of you, this GPS unit here, is incredible. That's a G1000, Garmin G1000. And it gives you so much information. It is unreal. And again, like I said, I'm technically flying VFR, but you can most certainly fly IFR, instrument flight rules, and then some, because of the terrain capability and all of that in the GPS. So, because as you can tell, if you look at those screens, let me get up close to them. You look at those screens, that's the terrain you're seeing. It's telling me, oh crap, there's a mountain in front of you. It's also telling you, okay, according to your current speed, according to your current, you know, attitude and all that, which is your pitch, this is where you're gonna be. And that's designated by a white line. And so what I'm trying to do is get that white line above those mountains, which won't be a problem. And if it is, all I'll do is back around, you know, do a circle as I'm gaining altitude. So, but I'll make it. I could have gotten to a fighter jet, but I didn't know how that would play well because of, like I say, I'm trying to stream out video and, uh-oh, something froze. I thought the sim was going to crash. Sometimes that happens. I didn't want to push my luck too much because, like I say, my settings right now are generic, what I call generic medium-high settings, and that is insane. And I'm pushing out a stream to you guys, and I'm not stuttering all over the place. That's awesome.
500.
I see a big body of water up ahead. I don't see yet the airport we were supposed to land at, though. And we were supposed to come to that before we came up to the body of water that I was going to land at. Oh, I don't know what gives with that. I guess it's a different body. Look up through the top. Oh, this thing's all acting crazy on me. I don't know what that was all about. I literally did not even move my head right then. So I have no idea what that was about. But you see how it keeps going in and out and in and out? The track IR, it doesn't do that. May just land at this closer one. I didn't know it was there. I was just looking for a close body of water. And it's right there. Do I got water rudder on this? Hang on, let me get out of the face track, otherwise it'll drive me batty. Bird up, white line FM, landing gear, dim some lights, gear advance, gear select, gear pump. I don't see anything about water rudder anywhere. Nothing. Okay. Maybe there ain't. That's where we're going. Whoa, I better back down off the gas there a little bit. I was getting ready to rip the wings off. Let me go ahead and I've got a fair amount of altitude to drop, so let me go ahead and bleed some speed off here. Deploy some flaps and bleed some speed. Or some altitude. There's many ways you can do this. I guess I could have showed you the other way. Another way. Let me
Gears up for water landing.
pull my flaps off. Now, I'm going to do something, if I can pull it off right, I'm going to crab. And what that basically means is I'm flying sideways. And what that will do is break, it will break my speed, which in turn will break my altitude, okay? I am actually flying sideways. So, if you could see it from a different angle, not sideways, but you know what I mean. Let me see if I can do this. See? And what that will do is it will bleed off altitude and speed if you need to. Obviously the speed, because you're not aerodynamic anymore. You see how it's dropping like a rock? That's the idea. Okay, back inside. Okay, we'll go ahead and get out of our crab there and getting ready to land. And they say the water effects were added now, which they didn't have that before. It looked really kind of boring because you went through water and like nothing happened to the water behind you. That's not the case anymore from what I hear. Okay. Water landings are always a little rough for me because it's really hard for me to judge the ground. I don't know if that's the case for everybody or not, but...
Gears up for water landing.
Yeah, gears up, lady.
Gears up for water landing.
And we're on.
Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
We are literally on the water. Oh, wow.
Gears up for water landing.
They made
Gears up for water landing.
halfway decent, I guess.
Gears up for water landing.
I mean, look at that a little more from the side. Or trying
Gears
to
up
work.
for water landing.
Ain't bad. Work on it a little bit.
Gears up for water landing.
A little cheesy.
Gears up for water landing.
They'll fine tune it.
Gears up for water landing.
Actually pretty
Gears
cool.
up for water landing. Gears up for water landing.
Alright.
Gears up for water
Lady.
landing.
Hang on.
Gears up for water landing.
Change and
Gears up for water
move my
landing.
stick out of the way. Wait.
Gears up for water landing.
Dang it, man.
Gears up for water landing.
Hang on.
Gears up for water landing.
I'm gonna like do all kinds of crazy stuff here in a
Gears
second.
up for water landing.
That
Gears
up.
up for water landing.
I get the point. Gears up for water landing. I know. Okay. We'll continue on to our airport. And we are up.
Jamboree approach Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1 is type Cub Crafter CC 1990 miles southeast of on sea 1,700 feet. Request flight following.
Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1 Jamboree approach. Squawk 0022.
I know the audio is probably really jacked up and
Squawk
low and all that
0022
stuff.
Simgamite Lima Alpha
Sorry about
Sierra
that. I
Tango
didn't
1.
go through and set it all up.
Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1 radar contact.
But when I was using this different mic and I'm not used to it, I certainly don't like it.
0.03.
Sounds a bit
Roger,
echoey to
Simgamite
me.
Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1.
Just a lapel mic. I could hold it up and speak in it would be better. But it's not what a lapel mic is supposed to be used for. What are we saying? ETE. And that's the cool stuff too about these GPSs. Let me get out of that. So that is such a pain in the butt. Wouldn't be, like I say, track IR wouldn't be so bad because it's more accurate. But with that, you bounce all around. It's hard to push buttons and look at things. So they're saying close to 22 minutes out. I'm how many miles? Distance, I show 2,722 what? Not nautical miles, I know that. There's drunk old samurai over there. He's flying a DA-62. Back off. We'll check out this city. We'll buzz by this city as we make our way to the airport. Oh, wow. Oh, if that ain't awesome. Oh, wow. That's awesomeness right there.
500.
Wow. Yeah, I would say that we certainly got a massive performance boost in this update. Because there is no way I could be doing this with you streaming out as well. No way. I wonder if in these areas if I could actually put it up to
Going to
ultra
120.305
settings.
Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1. Geneva approach Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra
That is
Tango
if I
1
wasn't streaming. I know I
1,800
can't
feet.
stream it.
Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1 Geneva approach altimeter 30.0 continue as planned.
And then if you pay attention to that screen down there, you will actually see the runway and all that. I mean, it'll come up plain as day on that screen. And the reason why is that for whatever reason, clouds, whatever, your visibility was low, and you couldn't visually see, that GPS will see kind of through the fog for you, so to speak, you know. It'll tell you the location of one way. I got a bunch of stuff off. I didn't know I was right on top of it. Hang on. Gotta get my gear down, too. Yeah, you probably shouldn't fly like this.
120.305 Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1. Geneva approach Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra
I got a
Tango
little
1
skippy there, and so I
1,500
couldn't
feet.
set down soft.
Simgamite Lima Alpha Sierra Tango 1 Geneva approach altimeter 30.0 continue as planned.
Gears down for runway landing.
Oh gosh, here she goes again.
Gears down for runway landing. Gears down for runway landing.
Alright. I'll pull off the side here into the grass. Probably wrap it up. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to show it to you. I'm not going to spend a bunch of time flying with you. In fact, I'm going to hop off here and I might actually close all the other stuff down, and I think I'm going to pop it up on Ultra and see what happens. So anyway, I will see you all later. Have a good one.